su chi dagi chenyen gi pe sunam ki jola ben shir sangye tu bar sho sangye shirang so ki chok nam la Jamshu bardu dagni gyatsu chi dagi chenyen gi be sunam ki jola benchir sangye drubar sho sangye shirang soki chok nam la Jamshu bardu dagni gyatsu chi Dagi chenyen gi be sunam ki Jola benchir sangye drubar sho
Shogani smogani.
Mixed nuts homework.
Mixed nuts homework.
Oh, so I have this time come up with easier questions, but they're broken into several parts, with the motivation of helping everybody know what's going on, including myself, in the text before we get into it. According to Geltov J, how long does direct perception of emptiness last? KG, yeah, just super quick. Just a moment. What does he mean by that?
We think he means one object.
Yeah, we think he means one object. There's no variation, no features.
Yeah, right. Where it's the same object every instant, at least, right?
Yeah, exactly. Then why do we talk about features of the direct perception?
We know, they do.
Why?
Because
Because they like
because other people.
complicated things.
Yeah, for those who are comforted by such elaborations. Comforted. What word did I translate as comforted here?
I was wondering. I remember
It's
true.
helpful for them somehow.
What Tibetan word? Gawa.
Oh, God. Like,
Oh wait, whoops.
Was it?
Ooh,
Oops.
nice.
What's the whole Tibetan for comforted by such elaborations?
Elaborations is tripa, right? Tripa?
I copied a whole phrase wondering if you
By
could get
such?
you or y'all, the greater you. could
Tabu?
get-
Tabu or shin? What's such?
Here you go. Tripala, gawe, nor.
Nor. Oh.
Yeah, nor.
The sight of, like the face of.
Yeah, to the face. For those who are comforted by such elaborations. Tripala, like those elaborations.
Right.
Gawe, comforted by, nor, to them. What?
Yeah, the R.
For, let's see, Tripala. Nor,
The R, right?
for those,
Yeah.
more, yeah, to those people. All right.
Second case.
According to the Arya and his spiritual son, is the teaching on the 16 aspects of the four Arya truths a path to liberation?
Yes, depending who you are.
Yes,
Oh, that's
Good answer.
because it helps to read down.
Any other tries?
For some people.
Other than yes.
I'm on Tim's
No.
side.
I'm on
Ken,
your side.
other than yes. Any other ideas?
No.
Yeah, very good. Yeah. They're pretty specific that they're not, actually. What's the use of teaching it then?
It can help people. It can help people further along the path and elevate their practice.
Yeah, good. To ripen the minds, he specifically
Oh,
says.
yeah.
To ripen the minds. Sorry?
In that case, they can be also tantra.
Yes, sure.
Is that-
Yeah. In fact, what you just said to me is tantra for the same reason. Yes, yes. Yeah, you are.
Oh, it's true.
Then it's a
And
path.
that's not a path to liberation?
Then it's a path.
I'm asking according to the Arya and his spiritual son. So don't take up a debate with me. Take up a debate with him. I was pretty specific there. According to the Arya and
You
his
are the
spiritual son.
gardener, you are.
Yeah, I am not Nagarjuna.
Or you wouldn't need to.
But thank you for doing your practice. And Nagarjuna thanks you as well.
That's what they all say.
That's what they all say.
That's exactly
Yeah, the
what
proof
the
you are him is that you say you're not him.
So according to them, what is the path to liberation? Anybody remember that?
DPE.
Yeah, something specific that they're saying is what's seen in the DPE. That's a pretty good hint.
What's DPE for the guests?
Yeah, what do they say is
direct perception.
See, there's no sound.
And a little bit more, that's right, yes. But and then, anybody, sorry?
No
You guys should
sound.
want it, yeah, it's going.
Did you want to say something?
No, I wanted to say what's DPE for, I guess.
Yeah, what's DPE for them? Does anybody remember?
It's like STWs, but
Yeah, I mean, you're getting there. The way they stated it was the direct realization that things have no nature of their own. That's all. Just spelling it out a little bit. Tibetan for the direct realization that things have no nature of their own?
Direct realization? Yunsun?
No, not Yunsun.
No?
Oh, well, you're saying Munsum.
Munsum.
There's a Ngun in there.
Yunsun?
Munto, yeah, Munsum.
Have no nature? Rangshin Mepa?
Yeah, basically, yes. Che Rangshin Mepa Tok. So the things, that was the operative word that they did use there. It's kind of interesting. They keep referring to it as the direct realization that things
As opposed
should.
to concept.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yunsun to talk.
I guess it wasn't in there. It was in there somewhere in the text. There was a ngun, but maybe not in this part where. What?
oh no, never mind.
What does Gyaltsab J say about the idea that there are listeners who perceive the lack of self of things in the 5 books of Maitreya?
You're destroying the tongue.
It's wrong, you know.
Good.
Yeah, they're wrong. They're confusing.
Says fake news. Yeah. Sorry to bring that into class.
Fake news!
Yeah.
Totally wrong! Very bad!
Anybody remember?
No, there's very fine people on both sides.
Does anybody remember the Tibetan for fake news? It was a word.
Chu? Was Chu?
Yeah, something like that. Oh, what'd you say?
What I said.
Sorry, Chunzom got it better than anybody else.
What was it?
Zulu.
Holy moly.
Oh yeah, Tulum. Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, by the way, I have never seen that in a scripture, so
I like that one.
Yeah.
just be aware if you use it on a Tibetan, something might not happen.
It doesn't literally mean fake news.
It might say words of them.
What does it mean literally?
It means
It means a few
that
things.
idea hasn't been considered well. or like-
Obstinate,
Yeah.
arrogant, rude,
Yeah, there was a bunch of different definitions. I can send it to you.
Money winner.
apocryphal. What?
Just kidding.
Oh, and I could
Yeah, it
show
was-
you
it was
guys.
like that.
Oh wait. Oh look, in hearts. I forgot. I wanted to show you guys something else. Let's see if I can find it. Show
It's
us-
the ultrasound of his text.
No.
In 3D, I want the 3D.
Oh man. No, I don't have enough. Is the problem.
Tell the baby.
This was Geshe Michael's notes on the 6th. Oh my God, no. Having funny obstacles to showing them to you guys. What I can find.
Oh my god.
I wanted to show you my notes on Geshe Michael's teaching on the 16 aspects of the 4 RA truths.
Just search, just
Completed
search.
all
Where
in
was
Tibetan. It was in Thailand.
Oh,
No, the hard part about it is that I didn't put 16 or
Oh, I see
anything.
what you're saying.
I didn't do anything to.
What about Dakme or Mitak or
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Duknan?
Me.
Tongpa?
All right, forget it. We'll wait for Stanley's text. Yeah, when he finds it. Or I'll send it around to you if you want. Yeah. Man, it's so annoying. I had it like set up on my computer.
It's a knowledge base if
Super
you want
secret
to know.
WeChat channel or
I'll put it on the WhatsApp.
whatever our app is.
Yeah. I had all the WhatsApp. All right. Guess I'll let you please take the plane.
What app?
Oh man. I'll find it in 3 seconds now.
No, read. How about you read instead?
All right. I got my text.
Okay. I think this is where we are. Sumbala Shincho.
Sumbala Shenchog Nyepatang Chepa Tang Rangchog La Nyepa Mepao.
You can translate that if you try.
Third, the other position, why their position is dumb, I guess?
Yeah, it has problems.
Yeah, why
And why
ours doesn't?
it's just like a discussion with your wife.
Oh, she's not here.
And
Yeah.
we can say anything. Spider-Man came. Who's 3, by the way, is Shenki Tapa Chawa Chepi. Shenki Tapa Chawa Chepi Tanyeki Yudamiruwa, which is complicated. Shenki Tapa, sorry. Shenki Tapa means made up by those other guys.
Okay.
Just the fantasy of the other guys, okay? What?
Meaning of the words.
The meaning of the words.
Did it.
I finished what I had to do, okay? So this whole section is an argument about just one phrase. I did what I had to do. Kurporwa chepa chepa. Tachanshi tabu. From the one-day vows. What is it? Kurporwa. Allison translated it. Kurporwa. I have thrown off the load on my back. Chawa chepa. I have done what I needed to do. Chawa chepa. Kurporwa. What was the third part? Chawa chepa. Kurporwa. Tachanshi tabu. Now I am like the horse that reads its rider's mind. Okay. Okay. So anyway, there's a common expression in Buddhism called I did what I done had to do. I did what I had to do. Okay? And we have a long disagreement with those guys about what that means. Okay? Well, they think it means gyunik gyum pemre gyunche.
Yeah. The discontinuation.
Yeah, your body and mind discontinue suddenly, and then you reach nirvana. Okay? All right. We think basically you've done your work when you have eliminated your mental afflictions, okay, your negative emotions, okay, and then because of that, you later eliminate suffering rebirth, okay, all right, okay. So we're going to discuss the problems with their version of I did what I had to do, and then we discuss the great benefits. How we don't have those problems, okay? Got it? Yeah. The problems with their position on what they say about I did what I had to do come down to 2. Go ahead. Tambola. You can read number 1 if you think about it.
First.
The first we had already.
There is a beginning?
Okay.
Yeah, but tell her.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
ridiculous to say that there's a beginning.
It implies,
Say again?
It implies that there is
It's
a
ridiculous to say that.
Yeah, say it again.
It's ridiculous to say
Yeah.
that there's a beginning.
The ridiculous implication, prasangika. The ridiculous implication that things would have to have a beginning. If your version of what it is to finish your work is true, that implies there was a beginning.
Oh, that's
Okay, to things. Okay, and secondly, dupala selva gupa. This is
Oh yeah.
this is not what it looks like. Okay, selva here is a logic term,
Yeah.
and it means a counter statement which overthrows the other party's belief. Dupa.
In a prasanga, right?
Yeah, in a prasangika. Yeah. So, yeah, in a prasanga. Yeah. So we're going to proceed in 2 steps, okay? The first step, to show why the other guy's position is mistaken, is we're going to show that if their position is correct, then the universe should have had a beginning, okay? Here's Tamboni, which is the universe should have had a beginning, okay? And here we go.
Oh, sorry, again, so Dipala Soa is just...
Dipala Soa is...
on that point, or just
Primordial, right?
It's not a clarification. It's a... It's
it's point to be
Statement of
dispelled.
reputation.
you can kind of say that. We are going to present Gupa. We will present like Gupa.
Oh, like put forth.
Okay. We are gonna...
Absurd consequences of that belief.
And setting forth, yeah.
We're gonna set forth a... what do you call it? Disproof or what?
Disputation.
No. It's a statement which disproves. It's not a rebuttal.
Verify absurdity.
It's a buttle.
A buttle. A proof, or a proof by absurdity.
It's not a tenger.
Right. It's the
We're going to present a refutation, let's say, of their belief. Okay? We're going to present a refutation of their belief. Okay? let's see when we get there. We may want to use the technical term used in a prasanga, in a statement of absurd consequences. Okay, here we go.
Company. Nyamon sepe gelamki kalte korwa namtok na. Deetsan zokpe sangi ki karma shepa gyuchi shi.
Yeah, this took me a long time. I think I got it. Okay. Nyomon sepe gelong.
A monk who has eliminated their afflictions.
Yeah, and by the way, I'm going to take you to a tasty little thing from Stanley's text. Okay, here it is right here. First Dalai Lama, commentary to the Abhidharmakosha. Okay, and just read it here. It's a note that I remembered it because I translated it many, many years ago. Dole, gelong shite, mingi gelong, ke chewe gelong, longwe na gelong, dachombe na gelong de. Okay, so Sutra says, look, there's 4 kinds of monks, okay? One is mingi gelong, they're just called a monk. Monk in name, but they're not really a monk, okay? Second is ke che, this chewa means take a vow. Okay, so those people who are monks because they got ordained, they took a vow. Then there's people who are monks because they didn't have enough money and they went in the monastery. And this long means they're actually, we had it in your text. It means to ask for alms or to ask for food. Okay, they're beggar monks, meaning they're in the monastery because they couldn't make it in the outside world.
They put the long and gay long.
Yeah, they did. But there's a special kind of gelong called a Dundampe gelong in the Abhidharma. Ultimate monk, which is an arhat. So once you reach nirvana, you're an automatic monk or nun. It's interesting. Yeah, it's a very sexy idea. Once you reach nirvana, huh?
It doesn't matter if you get ordained or not.
Right. You're a real monk. Okay. You're a real monk. Yeah, which is probably the easiest one. Just become an arhat. Okay. So, guess which one's in the first line here?
Well, probably, since it says a monk who has eliminated their klesha.
Yeah, a monk who has gotten rid of it. So it's not a real monk, okay? It just means a member of the Sangha by virtue of having destroyed their negative emotions, which means a guy who's reached nirvana, which is the whole thing we're talking about, which is what's nirvana with remainder, what's nirvana without remainder, what does it mean when you reach nirvana, do you discontinue when you reach nirvana, who's right about nirvana, okay? And do the lower scriptures, the Hinayana scriptures, describe the higher version of nirvana also. And Nagarjuna would say, that's why I wrote this book. Yeah, I keep trying to prove to you guys that the higher opinion on what is nirvana was taught by the Buddha in the lower scriptures, okay? Kelte koa namdogna.
If you can turn back samsara, if there is a turning back of samsara.
And this key I'm a little uncomfortable. I wonder if it wasn't a GIS in the past, but something to look for. Okay, at the end of Gelonki. If this person stops their samsara, dog, we had the dog today in Chite Dogna, Dogo, for $50. Chite Dogo, Chite na Dogo.
Oh.
$40, $30,
In any case,
$20. Yeah, you got the first part. I'll pause. 10,
Any way you turn it around, any way you stop.
0. In any case, they have to stop by then.
Oh,
The 7th rebirth as a bardo. Okay, yay. But that was a long time ago. Namdona. Now, this dog means if they are able to stop their samsara, if they are able to stop samsara, if a person who has eliminated their negative emotions, who is thereby what we call an ultimate monk or nun, if they are able to stop samsara, okay, then they tsong. For if you can guess the real meaning of it here, $50. I keep trying to give you money and you keep messing it up. So any meaning of tsong,
Right?
Compose.
Yeah.
yeah, to compose is one. I'm not paying for that.
Right. Figured. They
It also means to initiate an action.
right. They've
Well, they did
completed.
what they
They've
had to
completed
do.
what the Buddha told them was necessary to be done.
They did what they had to do.
Yeah, okay, cancel. It's too difficult. You'll never get it. It will be here all day.
Okay.
Okay. Gyuchi Shik for $5.
Any horse? Any,
Gyuchi.
yeah,
That's the
any-
reason.
Yeah, what's the reason? $5 for this this wise man.
Wise guy.
What's the reason why the Sangeki Mashe?
they
Didn't
don't
say that.
Why didn't the Buddha explain that?
Yeah, and this joke goes with the Sangye, the Samyak Sambudaya, right?
Oh, okay.
Why didn't the totally enlightened Buddha didn't say, what's the reason why he didn't say a single word about the sum of samsara?
The beginning?
Yeah, good. Why didn't he say a single word about the beginning of samsara if you say these guys end their samsara? Because if samsara has an end, it must have a beginning.
That's one of the 14 unanswered questions, right?
Yeah. Okay, I'll say it again. According to you, this guy has reached the end of samsara because he has stopped his negative emotions, which, by the way, makes him an ultimate monk. And then if you say he reaches the end of samsara, then logically, to me, that means samsara must have had a beginning. But at the same time, the Buddha never ever mentioned it once. Okay, got it? Why not? Gyuchi Shik. You know, what's the reason why he didn't mention it? Okay, you all right? Who's talking here? Yeah, I think so, because we're saying if you just blink out, then you must have blinked in.
Right.
We're saying if according to you, the guy who reaches nirvana just blinks out of existence, then logically he must have blinked into existence at some point in the past. But why didn't the Buddha ever say anything about it? Okay.
And because things don't start, that's
Yeah, that has to do with things that start things.
yeah, that's what they just said.
Here we go. Please read.
Kalte yeshe ki nyamon pa seba che tantan de kelon ki nyamon pa seba.
Let's stop there. Let's go backwards. Sepe, sepas. Okay, let's just stop there. Kelte.
If
Somebody sepas.
extinguishes their mental afflictions.
It doesn't say mental afflictions.
Negative emotions.
It doesn't say negative emotions.
It says,
Yeah, everything to do with their negative emotions. Okay, be careful. There's a pa.
Stuff. Yeah, I got it.
And how did they do that? With their
Yeshe.
wisdom. Okay, if these dudes stopped their negative emotions with their wisdom and thereby became a Dendambe Gelong. Yeah, and he used the word Dendampa, which nails it down to the Abhidharma idea. Okay, then since they have stopped their Nyomong Bas,
Stuff, clutching stuff.
they must not be Sakpa Ing Lei anymore.
Collecting karma.
impure
Yeah,
karma.
they must not be collecting karma anymore. And therefore, if their korwa, sansara, which means the suitability of their 5 heaps, which are self-existent, to continue. What? You got it? You guys okay?
No.
Yeah, the jugrung of their heaps to continue.
All right.
Okay, the suitability of their heaps to continue.
Can no longer
Okay.
do that.
But he throws in the word rang simba,
Five from their own.
self-existent. Okay, songne. Okay, dokching. So, and I would have read it song wa dok. Okay, and I would like you to check a carving. Okay, so to me it means if they have doked, the continuousness, continuability of their heaps, which, by the way, exist from their own side. Okay. Then, if they could just shut down like that, then in Kyosemna,
And in your mind,
in your thinking, meaning you other guys, you lower school guys, ta yobata,
There's no
tama yobata, no tama.
oh, no,
there's no end.
Yeah, according to you, there's no end. Sorry, there must be an end. Tama is a single word.
Tama is
It's not tamaya. Okay. Then according to you, there must be an end to samsara, right? Are you guys thinking there's an end to samsara? Why? Because there's a shutting downingness of the continuability of the heaps. Why? Because he used his wisdom to stop his mental afflictions forever. By the way, that makes him an ultimate monk. And by the way, if he did that without kleshas, you can't have
heaps.
collecting karma. No more collecting karma. And Dewanki, due to the no more collecting karma, his dirty existence ran out of juice. There's no more juice to run his negative body and mind, okay? So according to you guys, which is you lower school guys, because we are pointing out their nyepas
Problem.
with their position, right? The problems with, this is the section we're in, okay? So according to you, there must be an end to life, to existence, okay?
Would we agree to all of this without Ramson?
Yeah, now that's a sweet question. I think we would. 'Cause just to nail it down, Gyaltsab J says, you guys believe his self-existent body and mind stop, don't you? Then he threw in the self-existent to protect himself, right? Because somebody like Ben Kramer is going to come up and say, well, don't you accept that he stops his dirty body and mind? Yeah, but we're not like those guys. Why? They think he had a self-existent body and mind. Okay? So Ben's properly pointing out that Gyaltsab J threw in a little self-existent. Okay, got it? Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay. I just stopped at the law. The law is a loose conjunction. Oh, you guys think there was an end. He's about to say, so you must think there's a beginning. Then why the heck didn't the Buddha mention it? He forgot? Okay, okay. Now, in the bold, I threw in for you a footnote you can write from the Abhidharma Kosha about Dunda Gelongs, ultimate monks.
This is what we just read together.
Yeah, and it's so long because I was trying to capture the folio number, but I didn't. Okay. All right, let's go on to the next page. Okay.
Tejana tama tokmala tepe urwa te tokma sompayena.
Sungupe, stop there. Okay, stop there.
After na.
They do not. If you agree there was a tama,
Yeah.
which is what?
There's an end.
If you agree there is an end to samsara, then let's face it. Here you go, Sugang. Here's your word. All tamas tepa antogmas. All tamas tepa antogmas.
Depend on.
Yeah, all ends depend on. All ends depend on beginnings. Okay, so why am I keep bugging you about this verb tepa? No, but why? For your particular text.
Because it's independent origination.
The definition, the short definition of dependent origination is things that happen through tupa, reliance. That which happens in reliance is a definition of that which happens in dependence. Okay, and I'm not going to let you go until you. Okay. So here he says, but here he's using the verb as what?
All ends rely upon.
Good, good. All ends rely on a beginning. If you posit that samsara has an end, self-existent samsara has an end, then you must be saying self-existent samsara has a beginning. Okay, got it? They told me tsomba. So the tsom is a very, very unusual word, meaning beginning here, beginning, which, nowadays, chawa tsom means to undertake an action or to undertake a journey. So really what it says here is anything that has an end has an undertaking. but what it means is beginning. Okay, so Sungupe. If there was an end to samsara, there should have been a beginning to samsara, and the Buddha should have talked about it. Sungup should have talked about Sungupe. Therefore, and the Zope Sangye. $50. Why we have to say Zopa here? Samyak.
As opposed to
we're arguing against the lower schools.
As opposed
And the lower schools
to
think.
middling sangye.
Good. Damn. He's costing me a lot today. But in Ben's text, we just had 3 levels of 50. In Ben's text yesterday, but that was a long time ago, we had 3 levels of
Sangye.
enlightenment. Yeah, they're all called Changchu. Say Changchu Sum. Yeah, the 3 enlightenments, only one of which is enlightenment. Okay, and we call it Dzogbe. Okay, so that's when you're debating a lower school guy and you want to emphasize that we're talking about the Buddha who knows all things in the universe, you should say Dzogbe Sangye, and the Nagarjuna does in his verse. Okay, let's take those Mr. Know-it-all Buddhas. That Togma, Kang Mashe,
He didn't talk about that.
he didn't mention a single word about it. Gee, Gyuchishi. Why? For what reason? Got it? That's the root text. Let's say it again. You guys are tiring me out. I need more coffee. If you say nirvana means your body and mind stop, okay, then that means samsara stops. Then since anything that stops must have started, then samsara must have had a beginning that the omniscient Buddha who knows all things in the universe forgot to talk about. Okay, got it? Why didn't he talk about it? Then he's going to nail it down for you. Mi kembe min. Don't forget the instrumental. Mi kembe min.
Yeah, it was.
It-
I'm trying to. I don't know this word.
Yeah.
No, it's not like he didn't know it.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very cute. Gyaltsen is very cute here. It's like, it's not like it's because, Bay. It's not like it's because he didn't get it. Okay. It's not that he didn't get it. Okay. Why didn't he talk about an end? If there's an end to, why didn't he talk about a beginning to samsara? If according to you there's an end because all endings have beginnings, then what? He forgot? What reason can you give that the Buddha didn't talk about a beginning to samsara? And was it that he didn't get it? And then we answer our own question. Mi kembe min.
Yeah, you accept.
Yeah,
It's
it's-
not that he didn't know it.
Yeah, and then the next line says,
You accept that he's all knowing.
you accept he's omniscient.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Mitumbe gyu shen yang mepe. And there's no other reason why he wouldn't mention it.
Moreover, there's no other reason.
Okay, what's the main reason he wouldn't have mentioned it?
Because it would have messed with people.
No, because he didn't know.
Oh, the main one.
And there's no bigger reason than that. Okay, therefore, mepa kone matemba rikso.
It's the only.
Yeah, that's the only big reason why he wouldn't have mentioned it, is that he didn't see it. But he sees everything, right? Okay, and then Nagarjuna and Gyaltsen, they don't even say anything else. Ugwe? Get out of here. Let's go on. Okay, Ugwe? Ugwe. Ugwe. Get out of here. Bish.
This is Mongolian?
Oh. Iki-san beno ugwa. Okay. Anyway. All right. Here, second one.
Tsompai Kirina.
Wait.
Oh, Nipani.
Yeah, Nipani.
Chir.
Yeah. Now this is supposed to be where we refute some kind of a belief within a Tengyur. Okay, we're not sure yet.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, I'm gonna take the pieces. Well, you take the pieces. Tsomba yena.
If there were a beginning.
Good.
Undertaken.
Then nge parli yang.
Yeah, there's certainly
There would have to be a tawa
a view.
that he was hanging on to.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so what's that mean? We're gonna talk about it. Okay.
Okay.
And this first part is hard. Okay, this first part is hard. Here we go. Go ahead. Yang na.
Yang na nyeni tu shaitan. Wait,
Shaitano. Okay.
oh, shaitan, no.
Yeah, and I'm going to cut it there. Okay. This is just a little parenthetical comment by Gyaltsen J. And he says, dun means to recite, right? Or read a verse in a certain way. Gloss, parse a verse. Okay. And he says, by the way, I think it would have been okay here to parse it as nye ni du rather than nye pa yang.
Oh,
Okay. So let's read it the first way.
only that?
Tsomba yuna nye pa yang tawa ge pa yang sitsin. If there were a beginning, then definitely you must be holding to some wrong view. Okay? Gyaltsen J suggests maybe it would have been better if they had say, if there's a beginning, then there's a problem. Because then you would also be holding wrong views. So he kind of wants to say, you could read it this other way. I checked other Kangyurs, Tengyurs, nobody reads it that way. I think Gyaltsen J just wants to rewrite Nagarjuna. Okay, just his modest thing. Okay. Okay.
Uh-huh. Kalte.
Yeah.
Kalte took me tsumpaye par kawa ndu to shena.
Yeah, and now I believe the guy comes back and says, okay, I'm ready for that. Sansara has an end, so it has a beginning. I'm ready for that. I'm okay with that. Okay, the Buddha forgot to mention it, but I'm okay with that. Okay, duh. Duh, do. Maybe, yeah, let's see. Okay, duh, duh. I'm okay with that. Okay. Yeah, he changes his course. He says, you know what? I'm okay with that. Yeah, I don't know why, but he didn't mention it. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Te ta ma nge par yang ai ndu shema songwe gyume par hao. Che par tawar kyur pa yong su zin ching keleng pa yitu yor ro.
Okay, if that's how you want it, okay, detana. If you want to say there was a beginning and you don't have a problem with that, then nge par yang means definitely. Then it would also have to be definitely the case that ngundu shen ma song for $20.
There's no of the beginning.
Ngundu shen ma song for $20. This is so easy money.
That there's no other way that it went?
What happened to you other guys? You don't like money, or you're asleep, or what's going on? Let's wait. Let's do it with some. Sugen. Ngundu means before. Wait, he's got it. $20 for Taipei. Come on. Yeah, then nothing happened before that?
Yeah.
Got it? Ngundu, before that. Shen, something else. Masong, didn't pass, didn't happen. You telling me there's like a big gap and then suddenly things start? That's totally against Buddhism. That's what's Big Bang. This is science, okay? This is the most advanced viewpoint in the world. Okay. Well, first there was nothing, and then there was something. Something come from nothing. Okay. Then he's like, "Are you telling me something come from nothing?" Okay. Now he's giving him a. This is maybe the selva. Okay. Oh yeah. So something come from nothing, right? Okay. Then are you supporting those viewpoints where people say everything is gyume and everything chepa? Stuff just blinks out. Stuff can just stop suddenly. Yeah. Are you Yongsa Zimba that kind of viewpoint? Are you supporting totally this kind of viewpoint? Well, you would have to, and you would have no other choice. Okay, Kalen, except Gupa, you would have to need to, and no other choice. You'd have to be. You'd have to be like those Big Bang scientists. Someone wrote me an email. They said, "Guess I have good news for you." What? They've just discovered there was a pre-Big Bang to the Big Bang. I'm like, thanks. You know, that really puts my mind at ease. There was a little Big Bang before the Big Bang. Yeah. Now, we've finished showing the other guy why his position has problems. What's the second step?
Isn't that the second step?
Oh, how ours.
Oh, ours.
Good, yeah. How our position is problemless. Problemless? Okay, here we go.
Nipa.
What? Tenju? He wants to make tupa. 10 is how you make tupa. Yeah, 10. Yeah. Yeah, don't spit on the audience. Nice. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah. Good. There's one more coming up. Bang. Tempo. Okay. So in the bold, I went and got you the context, okay? We're supposed to be showing how our side doesn't have any such problems, okay? And so Nipa Rangchoklai, man, I struggled with this, and then I realized he just misspelled it. You know, this morning, and he earned an exclamation mark. Okay, it's not Nyepa, it's Nyepa. Okay, so yeah, we want to show that there's no such problem with our position, and that's confirmed by the earlier reading down here. Okay. First, we're going to show you how Den Ching Del or Chua doesn't have the Tani.
There's no extremes.
Yeah, if you accept dependent origination, you don't get into those two big problems, which are called the two extremes. Okay, Yuta and Meta, right? Okay, what summoned for $30? Not Word, not Ben, and not Ning. I'm determined to make you guys poorer. Express the two extremes.
There is nothing, totally nothing at all, nothing.
Nah, come on, say it sweetly. Anatole can do it.
Either something works from its own side, or it can't work at all.
Yeah, good. Yeah, that's the two extremes. Either things exist from their own side without my seeds from yelling at my kids. Okay, either things exist from their own side without seeds in my mind opening, or they don't exist at all. There's no other option. Okay, that's the two extremes. Okay, but if you accept, then to group.
Dependence.
Yeah, if reliance. If you accept reliance, you get out of that problem. You avoid those problems. Chel, you are free. What's the onomatopoeic root of chel? Okay. Really, that's shell. That's shell. Okay. I like that demonstration. You can use that demonstration. It's not copyrighted. Okay. Tadel Ditemba. We are free. We are free of those extremes. Okay. Tadel Ditemba. A. B. If things
exist from with their own nature,
good, they would have to be
permanent.
never changing. Never changing. And then we're going to get a really sexy pe for Rangshin Mepa.
We're going to give you a nice example.
Yeah, and it happens to be a illusory, sexy young lady. Na Chung, Gyuma. Say Na Chung, Gyuma. Yeah, so we kind of graduated from horses and elephants and sticks of wood And Nagarjuna's example for the magician is somebody goes like this, and you see this beautiful girl, and you're running after her, and she's not there.
Don't they use this in Sky Tantrika?
Well, they like the other one. They like elephants.
I had to see an ACI course.
Yeah, don't quote ACI courses to me. That's 27 years ago. Okay, here we go. Dumbo, here's part one, which is supposed to be, I'm going to use dependence so you don't believe those two extremes that Anatole described. You did it for free, right? He's a kind.
You actually offered $30 for that.
Oh, 30 for him, Xiaoping. I'm supporting the bananas. Let's just get the verse, okay? Let's just go to the verse and we'll stop, okay? Tenjin Delpa Kan. Oh, so you read, please, and you translate.
Tenjin Delpa Kanchungwa
Njungwa.
Kanjungwa Tela Nun Tamachi. Tenjin Delpa Kanjungwa.
I'll give you the chi.
Whatever it is that occurs in dependence.
Yeah, I'll give you the chi. How could there be?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Whatever it is that occurs in dependence, how could there be something that started before that? I guess how could there be an end that doesn't have a beginning? How could there be an end that doesn't depend on a beginning?
No, it's just dung.
Beginning or an end.
Yeah, okay, good.
If things exist in dependence,
Yeah, think about it.
how could there be?
If all things have causes, then how the hell can you talk about a beginning of the universe and an ending of the universe? Okay. Yeah, okay. Chi just means, wow. What are you talking about? Okay, good. Yeah, okay. So we don't have the problem that you guys have because you guys have this problem that you think the guy, Pemri Gyunche, you think the mind and body blink out. If it blinks out, then the universe has an end. Then if the universe has an end, the universe has a beginning. And the Buddha forgot to talk about it, right? Even though he knows everything. And he knew you would want to know. But our system doesn't have those problems. If everything is coming from seeds in your mind, then there's no need to talk about a beginning of the universe and an ending of the universe, because there cannot be such a thing. Okay, cool. And then we're gonna get the whole proof why we're always right, which is I keep trying to tell my partner, stop teasing. Yeah, if I were them, I'd come back with that. Yeah. Okay. Shi pu ki jo shi me to ta mi ra mi shi ni de ge ba di sang ge shin tu me te u ar ni do ku na da shin la chu pa sho Ilang Guru Ratna Dalakam Niyatayami Ike Okun Sana Yeshe Son So Shin Sana Yeshe Le Chue Naba Kuyi Toba Sho. Acha. Thank you. See you tomorrow.